You covered
Right.
a lot of stuff right there, but I want to let them know about your podcast. What's the name of your podcast? And
Well,
you don't have some
yeah.
incredible guests.
So definitely. I mean, so I'm raising consciousness and capital. That's on my YouTube, and I still stream to my Facebook group, Raising Consciousness and Capital. So I'm able to reach. I always say the people that I need to reach. Like, I mean, whether you have 100 or 1,000, it's all about the substance of the people that you're reaching and the substance of your message. So my thing is, let's continue to organize like Garvey did, and before all of this other stuff. But ultimately, I know I need to kind of plant some seeds into the cyber world, and so we have to do that. But raising consciousness and capital, because that's my mission: raise consciousness and capital. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. Now let me see. Okay, you traveled to the continent of Africa. I wanted to talk about that for a second.
Certainly.
Which
Well,
African?
yeah,
Say it
man, and
again.
no, go ahead. I see yeah, I heard the question. So you asking what countries I visited? I mean, no, I'm not. I haven't been like a big African traveler. Many people don't don't believe or they didn't know. But I woke. I became more, as I say, awakened with the Trump potential campaign. I mean, I've had
Mm,
many opportunities, of course. I mean, I come up in the John Henrik Clark and, even broader, what I'm saying, who's in DC, going to different broader lectures. I've been a member of ASCAC for some years, so I always listen to Dr. Jeffries and the late elder Dr. Renoko Rashidi. But, ultimately, as well as working, here locally with the sixth diaspora regional African uh, committee, that we in the diaspora need a position in the African Union. So my first time, I went to Tanzania last year. And we're going back, this year. So we've been two times last year in November, and we went in June, and now we're going October, and then South Africa in November. So we got some back to back things coming up. So last year kind of launched the catalyst for me, and many people, like I said, they already assume that I've been, because I talk the talk, and you know what I'm saying. I'm always in the African Centered Conscious community, and I've been there for quite some years. And so, but ultimately, you gotta calculate, just because I honestly don't want to be somebody that's going to take pictures and sightsee. We're going for nation building. We're going for global black uh, freedom, liberation, and empowerment, and to throw off the yoke of colonialism and throw off the yoke of economic imperialism. So ultimately, we have to have that global analysis. And it, I mean, of course, listening to Brother Keedy Wadu always dropping some global African knowledge. I've always had, I knew I needed to. I knew I needed to, but I was waiting for years for the right powerful opportunity, and so it was just the politics was right, the economics was right, and the timing was right to create that re-Africanization. I just knew if Trump was reelected, that I could be the catalyst for the black, unconscious, shall I say, people who don't really think that they are African. I just was like, all right, let me go right now. Let me just show them that hey, you don't have to stay here in America, right? Yeah. So I just figured if Trump were to win, it would have been powerful for me to say, yes, that was enough for me to say, I'm going to Africa. But one other thing I'll just say was a catalyst was the death of our elder, Dr. Patricia Newton, and I felt the sense of, not, I ain't gonna say shame, but I felt the sense of commitment to her to say, I didn't go to Africa with her, and I mean, like, I've known her for 20 something years, and she would go all the time. Egypt, Ghana, she was a king in Ghana, and I didn't go with her. And when she died, I transitioned. I just said, okay, like I don't need no more signs from the ancestors for me to do this work, to connect to our brothers and sisters globally. So yeah, but that's kind of so Tanzania last year, my brother.
Oh, okay. Wow, wow, man. That's definitely a great experience. You said a lot of things, like you was talking about our people should go back with a sense of
Yes,
purpose for nation
yes,
building,
yes.
empowering our brothers and sisters on the continent, or
Right.
otherwise we could return to Africa and do the same things that other groups of people are doing to African people if we're not
Mm,
careful. I know Garvey talked about that a lot. So by you going to Tanzania in 2020, what was your
right.
experience? Was it what you thought it was, or was it, a surprise, or how did you take it all in?
Well, ultimately, I mean, the group I went with, it was Tanzania was a new experience for all of us. Many of most people are going to West Africa, of course, and many people are going to Egypt. But I knew because my name Haki, and I knew that Swahili has appealed to me, the Swahili language. And of course, many of us, we celebrate Kwanzaa every year, and many of us don't know, like where the Swahili language comes from and the deep origins of Kwanzaa. So um, I'll say that, it definitely was, I'd say a cultural shock in many regards, but I read a lot of different things, um, and I thought going with some people that already been kind of eased off any, shall I say, fears or apprehensions or just question marks about things because they sort of already know some of how to interact with people and how to be safe and et cetera, et cetera. So I would say it was empowering for me because I'm a global thinker and I'm reading a lot of different things. So it really was empowering, and I knew we were going to see Mama C uh, in Tanzania in Arusha. So she and her husband were Panthers in exile. I know your family, are Panthers as well. So Mama C, and I'm sorry, her husband is her husband Peter O'Neill is the other her husband in Tanzania as well. So we got a chance to visit them both times, and we'll be revisiting them this time. So yeah, it was beautiful, brother.